All right, welcome back to
Hey!
another brand new episode of The List. We are
Yeah.
just rolling along in 2026.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome to February. Welcome to all kinds of new list episodes. And
Yeah.
we did not come alone today.
We did not.
We have our special guest with us, new member of the Opinion City broadcast team for 2026. We are super excited to have Ben Silverio with us.
How you doing, guys?
Oh,
Good, man.
I'm ready for some top fives, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
super
excited.
excited. Yeah, and just as a little note here, these next few episodes that you'll be seeing of the list where Ben is joining us, he has picked all the topics.
Yes,
So
this is
we are
all
going
Ben's
on
ideas.
A 100% Ben topic.
Ben F.
list.
Silverio approved.
Yes.
If you don't like them, I'll take the blame.
Yeah, right.
Alrighty. Before we hop into that, just want to throw this out there quickly. We do have a Patreon. There are some great things over there for you on Patreon. So you can find the link down in our description, or bang,
boom,
click the QR code
that way.
You'll get episodes of the list early, as well as a ton of other great stuff. All right. So Ben, what is our topic tonight?
Well, right now, we are almost at the event where AJ Styles is putting his career on the line against Gunther, the career killer,
yes,
so to speak.
Yes.
And so before he steps into the ring with Gunther, potentially for the final time, there's like a small window where AJ may or may not have time for some matches.
Right.
So I'd like to take a look at our top 5 opponents for AJ Styles before he retires from pro wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I'm just going to tell you this now. I'm doing something for the first time ever on the list because my number 5, I think, is really going to blow people's minds. So I'm actually going to start with my number 4 and go down to 1 and then do my number 5 because it's number 5, but I need to do it last because I think it's gonna blow people away. But with that being
before
said,
we start, I do have an honorable mention.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, we love
Absolutely.
that. Heck yeah.
So this is a young up and comer that I would love to see AJ face. Mostly because they have a similar vibe. They're both from Georgia. They teeter on the line between cruiserweight and heavyweight.
Right.
But he didn't quite make my list because I didn't have a good enough reason as opposed to the other ones.
Okay.
So my honorable mention is Super Sean Legacy from
nice.
That's a nice pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I remember Sean Legacy in his early days as a pro wrestler, and that would be a really good matchup.
Oh yeah, just some good old fashioned Southern boys scrapping.
Yeah,
heck yeah, awesome. Yeah. All right, so now that we've got your honorable mention out of the way, give us your number 5.
Yeah.
Well, my number 5 is Joaquin Wilde of the LWO.
Yeah.
If you recall, AJ recently had a stint with the WWE Tag Team Championships.
That he did.
And his partner was Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
The LWO. Now, taking a key member from the LWO and with Rey Mysterio being on and off the shelf, the faction is kind of broken up. And now Del Toro and Wilde are largely absent from WWE, but occasionally appearing in AAA.
Right.
So I feel like Wilde and Del Toro have a legitimate gripe with AJ Styles. So if we were to get Wilde versus Styles, I feel like their styles are similar enough. They've walked similar paths. In fact, they may or may not have faced each other in TNA.
Right.
But I don't believe this has ever happened in a WWE ring. So to see where they've both come from and to see where they are today, I feel like Joaquin Wilde would put on a phenomenal match with AJ Styles.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
All right. Sean, your number 5.
My number 5 might also be a little bit of a shocker. And not that it's not realistic, but there would be a way in because he's made appearances before. and they have history.
Okay.
James Ellsworth.
Oh.
I think it would be interesting if they ran that back one more time, just for the sake of it. Because again, there is that history. They had that really long feud in like 2017, 2018. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Wow. That's a stretch. Oh man. Nothing against James Ellsworth, but like everything against James Ellsworth.
Everything against James Ellsworth.
You would take up a spot for that. Oh boy. All right. Well, as I said, I'm going to start with my number 4. And I went in 2 different routes with my list. I thought about who has AJ Styles had great feuds with, who could AJ Styles have great feuds with. I think this is one they need to run back, but I think they could do it in a very interesting way. I think AJ needs to have one more. And I actually, if everything works out, I think this should be his last match. If I was running WWE, I'd make this his last match, but they need to run it back and have another cinematic match with The Undertaker, but this time have it all about AJ Styles instead of like out in the, woods, scary Undertaker stuff, have it all based around AJ Styles.
Interesting.
I think that could be a lot of fun. All right, Ben, your number 4.
My number 4, speaking of running it back, when AJ Styles returned to WWE in 2024, he was facing none other than Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
And then he got injured in the match.
Right.
So that put AJ on the shelf for a little while, and Carmelo kept going on his rise to the top, where he's now the United States champion. A very, very easy thing to do. And we could even see this happen on Friday, where the United States Open Challenge could be answered by AJ Styles.
Right. Oh,
Carmelo Hayes and AJ Styles need to run it back to have a full match to show exactly what they could do together, because it was looking pretty good in that first match.
Right.
And then, things went south. But
yeah,
I'd love to see a little glimmer of what that could have been with one more match between them.
Very good. All right, Sean, your number 4.
My number 4, they sort of teased it, but if whatever happens this Saturday at the Rumble, if it is his last match, then it was a tease for nothing. But I would love to see him actually get in the ring with Leon Slater.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my number 2.
They sort of.
I'm not revealing if I have one of your answers.
They sort of teased it like when he, made that surprise at Bound for Glory, and spoke highly of Leon. Yeah. And then I thought when they did the TNA premiere that they were going to tease Styles Wrestling, but he just did like a "Hey, welcome to TNA" thing. But I would love it if he did something in TNA, even if it was in NXT against Leon Slater.
Absolutely. I definitely thought about that one. I will say that's not on my list, but I thought about that one. For the rest of my list, at least the top 3, I started thinking about guys that I think AJ could have a great match with. And there's one guy who's in a tag team right now who never quite got the singles run that a lot of people thought he should have gotten. For whatever reason, I think if they made him into a singles wrestler now, he's destined for, to be a superstar, to be a WrestleMania main eventer someday. But I think a match with AJ Styles would really put him on the road, and that's Montez Ford.
Oh yeah, wow, okay. That's a good pick.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm a Street Profits fan all the way. I've been like a Street Profits fan since day one, and nothing against Angelo Dawkins, because honestly, I think if you took the 2 of them and made them single stars, you could build both of them. I did talk once before on one of our shows about Angelo or Montez Ford turning on Angelo, and that could have been like a whole feud they could have ran.
Yep.
I think it would have been great, but Montez Ford does not get the credit that is due to him, and I think a match with AJ Styles would do that for him.
Heck yeah.
All right, so that brings us to our number 3, Ben. What do you got?
All right, so were it not for what he's doing currently, I would have put Pete Dunne as number 3.
Okay.
However, since he probably isn't available currently
to
do this, I chose Ilya Dragunov.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
My reasoning here is because both Dragunov and Dunn were fierce opponents for Gunther throughout
Yes.
his career. And they both have similar styles to Gunther in
Right.
the sense that they're so hard hitting and they have
Mhm.
such well-rounded in-ring knowledge. So either one of them would have been a great warm-up against Gunther before Styles got to the Rumble. Not
Right.
to mention, Ilya Dragunov and Pete Dunne are just two of the best wrestlers out there in
Ah,
the world right now.
So
Mhm.
talented.
So for Styles to mix it up with either one of them would have been great. But officially, my pick is Ilya Dragunov.
That's
Mhm.
funny when you said that you couldn't pick Pete Dunne because he wasn't available. I thought you were going to say Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh, well, very close.
Very close.
All right, Sean, you're number 3.
Now, I don't even know if they've ever collided before, so this could be a first ever match if they would do it.
Mhm.
But the only reason why the option would even be open is because of the WWE and TNA, co operation that they got going on. But it would be a really cool match, and especially with both of them maybe winding down their careers, who knows? But Styles versus Nick Nemeth.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
I don't think again, I could be wrong, but I don't think they've ever clashed when Styles was in WWE. I don't even know if Nick or Dolph was still there when Styles was there.
If I'm not mistaken, they faced off in tag team matches when Ziggler was teaming with Rude.
Gotcha. Okay, but never like one-on-one.
But no
I don't
singles action.
know about one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would love to see that one-on-one match because Nick's like one of the best sellers in the game, and to have him go up against Styles, oh my god, he would sell all of Styles' moves like it's death.
Absolutely. All right. Very interesting number 3. So we're up to my number 2, and we've already talked about it, so there's not a whole lot of need to go through it again. But my number 2 is Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that right now, if you look at the talent roster of WWE, I think Carmelo Hayes is a guy that has finally figured it out. Like, he is firing on all cylinders. This
Right.
feud with Ilya Dragunov, it's been great for the two of them. It
Yeah.
has, really helps both of them and put them out there. And I just think a full one-on-one match, as you said, an actual full match this time would just, for lack of a better term, would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to your number 2.
Well, I already kind of spilled the beans on this one, but my number 2 is Leon Slater, the current TNA X Division champion.
Yep.
The X Division is something that AJ Styles pioneered.
Yep.
So to see like one of the OGs of the division go against the next generation in Slater would just be incredible. AJ keeps saying that he's old and run down and he can't move like how he used
Which
to.
is crazy.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
And I think if there's one thing that would prove that he still got it, it would be going up against Leon Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right, Sean, your number 2?
I've sort of recognized that the rest of my list is basically all on the TNA side. That's okay. I think it's because part of me hoped that Styles would maybe do one last small TNA run before he really hung it up this year. But I would love for him to run it back with Frankie Kazarian one more time before he decides to hang it up, because I think both of them are sort of at maybe the tail end of their careers on both ends. So to have the opportunity to get them while they're still at least in our eyes, as agile as they are now, as they don't think they are, have them go one more time before Styles hangs it up. Even if he goes to wrestle it at TNA and they don't do a crossover thing, it's fine. Just do it.
All right. Well, that brings us to my number 1. And again, I'm thinking about people that could really use a rub from a great AJ Styles match. And there's just one name that comes to mind. And honestly, I could see this be where the turn happens. I could see this be where, there's a phenomenal wrestling match and then a show of respect at the end that starts the turn. But my number one is Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, okay.
I think
Wow.
that would. I think that would be great. I think that they would match up well. You would have this whole kind of like AJ Styles Judgment Day tension because Judgment Day's got Finn Balor and they've got history, and I think a lot of it could end up being that tension that leads to Dom just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna show him why I'm the greatest luchador of all time, and he goes out there and the two of them put on a show, and win or lose, we get that show of respect at the end, and I think that could be the moment where, because I mean it's literally going to take one thing to turn Dom face, and the crowd is going to go insane.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, that brings us to your number one.
Well, my number one is somewhat related to yours, not literally, but this feud with the Judgment Day was something that carried AJ Styles through a large chunk of last year while he was pursuing the Intercontinental title. One more match with Dominic Mysterio as like a final blow-off would be good.
Right.
However, someone involved in that feud, I just feel like needs that ring time with AJ Styles, not because he's up and coming, not because like he needs the rub, but because the two of them are just on such another level of professional wrestler right now, and this person teamed with AJ Styles against the Judgment Day, but to my knowledge, they have not faced off one-on-one, or at the very least, they haven't faced off one-on-one in a very long time. So my number one is Penta.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Penta has had some of the best matches with some of the best in the world.
Absolutely.
Consistently for the past decade. The fact that he didn't get to wrestle John Cena on his retirement tour is a travesty.
Yeah.
Because, you need to try to sneak in some of these dream matches while you can.
Right.
So Penta and Styles would tear the house down.
Absolutely. Awesome. That's a great pick.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, your number one.
My number one is a little bit it's not per se a specific big wrestler, because at any point we don't know who the actual person would be. But my number one really is the thought that I really want him to have one more match for the TNA World Heavyweight title. So whoever the champion is at that time, I think right now it's Mike Santana. But whoever it is at the time, I would like him to get one last shot, even if he doesn't win it. Give him one last opportunity to at least go for the belt on the show that started him, that really gave him his name, and then go out in the sunset, whether it's a winner or a loss. But whoever the champion is at that time, that's who I want him to face.
Right. Okay. So oddly enough, that brings me to my number five, and I'm very excited about this one because this one came to me at one point. Because again, I'm thinking, okay, so I don't currently at this point have anyone from TNA on my list, but I need at least one from TNA, and I thought, who could I pick here? So I started thinking about a lot of AJ Styles feuds again in TNA, and some of his run there, and I started thinking about, of course, the X Division.
Yes,
but I went in a bit of a complete different direction, and I thought of somebody that could possibly have one last match in them because they are with WWE at the moment. So my number five is Petey Williams.
Petey, wow.
All right.
Okay.
I actually
would not have thought of that one at all.
I actually thought of that just this morning, and I was like, damn, I'm like, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
because that would be like that would be a huge surprise.
That would be huge.
Petey Williams come out.
They're both innovators in the X Division, so to see one more go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, you were talking about him facing, the future of the X Division, and then I'm thinking about him, running it back with one that he's made kind of famous with the X Division. So
that's so interesting because like another person that I thought of including on my list was exactly for the reasons that you laid out, Ralph. I almost put Alex Shelley on my list,
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
but they've had
that would be a
so
good
many
one.
bangers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they've definitely had their share of great matches. So I tried to focus on like dream matches we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. Well, as you stated earlier, we have no idea whether there's going to be an opportunity for any of these matches or not. We will find out this Saturday as we watch the Royal Rumble. You all watching this will already know whether or not. But even if there is not an opportunity for more AJ Styles matches, I hope you enjoyed our conversation today here, just kind of waxing philosophical about AJ Styles and some dream matches that we would like to see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week with our topic, the top 5 MCU returns that we are looking forward to. So that's going to be some exciting stuff as well. So make sure you come back and check that out. And that is going to do it for this episode of The List. For Ben Silverio, for Parma Sean, I'm King Ralph. Remember, kindness is free, so be kind to each other. God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you next time.